This really resolves that issue. Seamless sports underwear. Hello and welcome back. Today we're actually going to talk about coming back off an off-season, carrying a little bit of extra weight, but also how to make running far more comfortable. So I'm coming to the end of my off-season. Been doing a little bit of running throughout that off-season just to keep the legs whirring, keep them ticking over, just so that when I get back to training next week, all of the aches and pains aren't there necessarily because I've kept the loading throughout the legs. And despite there being a little bit more load now, just because of off-season, I've relaxed, obviously, I've tried to relax as much as I can. Don't get me wrong, I do not think that I am now overweight. I'm just carrying a little bit more than I used to when I was in the race season. So that's really, really worth bearing in mind when I come to actually getting back into training, not to overload my legs, my ligaments, my kind of tendons too much when I start running again. So I won't go full volume straight away on the first week because that's just silly in my opinion, because in the past, I've had niggles and injuries and mainly Achilles and knee injuries or niggles that have flared up just because I'm just loading them too much. This brings me on to, however, the one thing that I do really, really value, and it's kind of not necessarily the first thing that you'd think of when getting back into training, but over the past few years, I have had this issue and this has sort of resolved it. It's resolved the issue of chafing when I get back into training, especially in running. I find that I'm carrying a little bit more weight, especially in the inner thigh area for me. And because of that, my legs rub together and all around that kind of area, especially when I'm wearing shorts or tights, I get a little bit of chafing. And this really resolves that issue. And it's not necessarily what you'd think wearing them for. I think sometimes people wear underwear or something underneath their shorts or tights, but this is seamless sports underwear. And it's from Zone 3 and I really, really rate it. I didn't start wearing this underneath my shorts to begin with for training. I actually used to wear it, or do wear it, underneath my tri-suit when I'm competing, just for that little bit of extra support. But with having this chafing issue, I thought, what if I actually wear them instead of underwear or something else, or trunks or something? Because they are so comfortable, literally the most comfortable pair of, sports underwear or trunks or whatever that I've worn. They're really soft, but also just seamless. So I guess you just don't get any of the rubbing or chafing that I was experiencing prior. This isn't sponsored, I just really, really rate them. I think that they're well worth the purchase. I've got a few pairs now so that I can just interchange them if I'm wearing tights rather than wearing either shorts or underwear, boxers or something underneath. There is also a women's version, so if that's of interest, do check it out. So yeah, hopefully that's one little trick and tip that you can take forward and save your winter training if you're coming off season, or you're just wanting to wear or find a solution to something that goes underneath shorts or tights.